Hi kids, I'm teacher Stephie, your online reading teacher. Are you ready to read with me? Okay, let's begin. I see a ball. Again. I see a ball. Now you read. Good job. I see a doll. Again. I see a doll. Now you read. Nice reading. I see a bed. Again. I see a bed. Now you read. Very good. I see a cup. Again. I see a cup. Now you read. Awesome job. I see a book. Again. I see a book. Now you read. You did it. I see a box. Again. I see a box. Now you read. Good job. I see a bell. Again. I see a bell. Now you read. Nice reading. I see a kite. Again. I see a kite. Now you read. Very good. I see a drum. Again. I see a drum. Now you read. Awesome job. I see a truck. Again. I see a truck. Now you read. You did it. I see my mom. Again. I see my mom. Now you read. Good job. I see my dad. Again. I see my dad. Now you read. Nice reading. I see my friend. Again. I see my friend. Now you read. Very good. I see a girl. Again. I see a girl. Now you read. Awesome job. I see a boy. Again. I see a boy. Now you read. You did it. I see my teacher. Again. I see my teacher. Now you read. Good job. I see a baby. Again. I see a baby. Now you read. Nice reading. I see a man. Again. I see a man. Now you read. Very good. I see my cousin. Again. I see my cousin. Now you read. Awesome job. I see the doctor. Again. I see the doctor. Now you read. You did it. I see a dog. Again. I see a dog. Now you read. Good job. I see a cat. Again. I see a cat. Now you read. Nice reading. I see a pig. Again. I see a pig. Now you read. Very good. I see a fox. Again. I see a fox. Now you read. Awesome job. I see a bat. Again. I see a bat. Now you read. You did it. I see a hen. Again. I see a hen. Now you read. Good job. I see a duck. Again. I see a duck. Now you read. Nice reading. I see a frog. Again. I see a frog. Now you read. Very good. I see a bug. Again. I see a bug. Now you read. Awesome job. I see a bear. Again. I see a bear. Now you read. You did it. I see the sun. Again. I see the sun. Now you read. Good job. I see the moon. Again. I see the moon. Now you read. Nice reading. I see the sky. Again. I see the sky. Now you read. Very good. I see the rain. Again. I see the rain. Now you read. Awesome job. I see the wind. Again. I see the wind. Now you read. You did it. I see a hill. Again. I see a hill. Now you read. Good job. I see a tree. Again. I see a tree. Now you read. Nice reading. I see a rock. Again. I see a rock. Now you read. Very good. I see the stars. Again. I see the stars. Now you read. Awesome job! I see the grass. Again. I see the grass. Now you read. You did it! Great job, kids! Thank you for reading with me.